Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to my YouTube inaugural game, Dead Man's Draw. Now then, I picked a card game because, well, card games are my favorite genre. My first genre, actually, was platformers, interestingly enough. First game was like Donkey Kong and Sonic. But enough about the past. Let's get right to it. Now, the objective of this game is to get a higher score than your opponent. I'll explain more about how that's done once we get in. Okay, we're in. By the way, these traits, I'm going to explain them a bit more first, but right now I just want you to see the game as it is, vanilla, because I think it would be a lot easier to follow what the traits do once you've seen, well, how the traits are impactful once you've seen that. So let's get the show on the road. The deck is comprised of 50 cards, and you know what, we'll get to the suits. There are 10 suits in the deck. Each suit ranges from a value of 2 through 7, and each individual card has its own effect. Now, let's start from the top. Okay, by the way, I should explain this. If you draw 2 of the same suit in one turn, you bust. Every card you drew up to that point goes right into the discard pile. Alright, so with that in mind, let's get down to what each suit does. The anchor protects all cards behind it. So if you get busted by, say, drawing 5 cards, the 4 cards behind it are safe. The anchor and everything else in front of it goes. There's also the hook hand. This is one of my favorites. It allows you to replay any card you have previously gotten in your hand. But be careful, because it ends up in the river, and if you bust with it in the river, you then lose it. This is the crystal ball. It reveals the very next card on the deck. Very good to prevent, well, it's a lifesaver for not busting. The sword allows you to steal a card from your opponent's score pile that you yourself do not already own. Well, a suit that you don't already own. The treasure chest and the key are two halves of the same whole, so to speak. You get both of them in a hand, and when you decide to cash out, your score doubles. Then there's another favorite of mine, and not so favorite. The cannon. When this sucker is produced, you end up getting to discard a card from the opponent's hand. This one is another a favorite of mine. Well, I would say anti-favorite, because I like it when the opponent gets it, but I don't like it when I get it. The Kraken. This motherfucker shows up. You got to draw 2 cards, no matter what. Too easy to bust with that motherfucker. Then there's the Mermaid. This allows you to replay the effect of an uncollected card. Fun fact, that uncollected card will also move upwards, where it will also move in front of the Mermaid. So you can replicate your cannon again, or your sword again, whatever. And the map allows you to select up to 3 cards. Well, look through 3 cards in the discard pile, choose one of them from a suit you don't own, and add it to your hand. So, well, actually, the bust piles, well, I'm sure you could probably read that. In fact, I'm sure you've probably stopped to read a bunch of these. So I feel like I'm just prattling on. Let's get right back to the game. Common courtesy. Oh! How do you like that? First thing up. And I'm out. Well, at least he busted too. Ooh. So let's see. Oh, you know what? Cash out. Cash the fuck out. Besides the AI, I would say your biggest enemy in this game is your own greed. That is going to put the shoes to you harder than the AI could. Because, well, you get overconfident and then shit flies out the window. So, keep those greedy impulses in check. Is it also... Yes, well, there's not only the desperation to outdo your opponent, but there's also a bit of psychological warfare going on with the self. Because, well, you're trying to outdo your opponent. Oh, that was a miss. Oh well, to err is human. Yeah, I know that was a pretty big error on my part. So, as I was saying, card games are one of my favorite is my all-time favorite genre. I like the collectability aspect. There's something ultimately satisfying about building a deck of your own creation and then taking your opponent to task with it. Ooh, I accidentally cashed out. Alright then, big boy, let's see where you... Oh. Well then, looks like Gunny has me over a barrel. A barrel full of rusty nails. Poke you out of the side. That want nothing more than to... Well, I've lost this hand. Well, this game, I should say. But showing off skills wasn't the objective of this first game. The first game was simply to, well, show off the game. Yes, we can count. Right, you know what? Let's give it another go. I'm actually going to try this time. Let's see how it plays out. Yarr! Yeah, we are going to be drawing that. Let's see what you get, Gunny. Ooh, he is a lucky luck boy. Okay, I don't know why you did that, but I'll take it. Ugh, I got crackened. And cannoned. Damn. Gunny and me are not doing well. Yeah, we're gonna cash out. You know, when it comes to this game, I'm not exactly sure how sophisticated the AI is. No, seriously, I am at a loss for words for the AI's sophistication. Because it honestly feels like if I were to levy one criticism... If I were to levy one criticism against this game, it would be that it just seems to be that different skins, but it's the same computer. Of course, anyone at Stardock is more than welcome to correct me on that, or anybody else who's examined the game. No, seriously, if I'm wrong about it, please, let me know. Because being wrong is one of the fast tracks to being right. And I want to be right. You know, so I don't make an ass out of myself on the internet. Outside of losing hands I probably should have won. Do I dare? You know what? I dare! You bitch! You know what? 16 cards left in the deck, I still have a chance. But not if I keep drawing shit like that. Cash out! And before anyone asks about my voice, yes, this is my real voice. And I apologize for the fan in the background. It is incredibly hot. And if I turn it off right about now, I have an asthmatic in the room with me, my little bro. Fan goes off, he could probably end up dropping deader than disco in a New York minute. So please, for the summer months, we're just going to have to grin and bear it. See? I know what I'm doing. Well, I like to think I know what I'm doing. Yeah, as you can see from the unlocks I got, I have been playing this game for a while. We're going to get into it a bit more. I'm going to show off some of the traits, now that the understanding of a vanilla game is. Now these traits allow, well, cards to do additional things, or for additional, well, allows cards to do other things. Or it can give you special effects like, well, you can bank your opponent's busted cards, or Krakens are banked automatically. All sorts of fun stuff which can add to the experience. So, since I'm just showing off some of the effects, you know what? No, we're not going to go that dirty. I want to face off against opponents that use traits too. You know what? Forget it. I'll do that the next game. And so, let's get it on. Sir Lovesword. Is it me, or does that sound like the name of a porn star? Ooh, busted. And I love the treasure one, since, well, the treasure gem allows me for triple the score. Like Gordon Gekko once said, greed is good. Yeah, I know Bible says that greed is one of the 7 deadly sins, but fuck that piece of shit. That's for people who didn't own anything. Greed is fucking awesome. Greed aspires you to do awesome, but aspires you to try for things. Be bold. Well, will you look at that? Oh, sorry about that. Let me tell you something. As popular as Fraps is, not exactly a good one for a computer. Well, a laptop computer. Integrated graphics card, though. But I was just so excited and wanted to abso-freaking-lutely start sharing some of my common interest with folks that I didn't even get that far in the... Well, so far it's the only record software I can swing. So bear with me. In time, I hope that things will improve, and I can give you a superior product. Because you're worth it. I don't know how many people are going to see this video, but every last one of you who watches it, you are worth it. You took time out of your schedule You could have been watching anybody else, like PewDiePie or Tear of Grace. Hell, you could have been watching someone mock the fuck out of Darkside Phil. But for whatever reason, be it chance, general curiosity, well-wishing, you have decided to give me a shot, despite the difficulties. And for that, I'm grateful. And for that, all the more reason for me to strive for a much better product in the future. Okay, sappiness aside, let's get back to the game. That's what you're here for, probably. More than likely. Unless you're Retsu Prey, then you're probably here looking for people to Retsu the fuck out of. And if that is you, Diabetes, Slow Beef, fuck. I'm cool with it. Because, well, it's really derpy that I'm doing all of this with such a quirky product. So if anyone wanted to poke fun at me, go ahead. If you can't laugh at yourself, then what can you laugh at? I'm just a squirrel trying to get a nut. And by squirrel, I mean person. And by nut, I mean viewership. And I hope to prove to be worthy of that viewership. And yeah, at the end you get experience points, which help you unlock other special effects. I'm sorry, I mean other abilities. You know what? I'm gonna give this one a rest. Now I'm gonna go back to the drawing board, fool around with this more, and find some games that Fraps will agree with that won't, well, chug relentlessly. If you happen to know any that run well with maybe 8 gigs of RAM on 6 gigs of RAM on a laptop with an integrated graphics card and Intel iCore 5, please, let me know. I will try it. I will get to trying to get the funds necessary so I can get it if I absolutely have to. So, again, I can ensure you a much better product. I am Cyberdemon, and this has been, well, Dead Man's Drum. Next time, I will come up with something a bit more substantial. Thank you for hanging around for the pilot. Every last one of you, you're beautiful. Beautiful in personality, beautiful in spirit, in the metaphysical or religious sense, if you hold to that upkeep. And I wish you all a good day, or morning, or afternoon, evening, night, whenever you decide to watch this. The important thing is, have a good one. I'm out.